back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. If you like the mission, you resonate with the vision, and you find this content useful, please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. So jumping right in today's video, going back to revisit the reservoir and the importance of the reservoir to secure a stable floor that the community supports. Right now, we have the assumption that the amount of BNB and the market conditions basically have the floor at $30. We've seen multiple attempts to go below 30 and it's always come back up. So we can assume that the amount of BNB that is in the contract at this time is keeping the floor at that price. And thanks to a lot of hard work by Kevin over at Easy Step Investing and a group of drippers that created this other group called Drip Reservoir, he's done a deep dive on this, so I highly recommend watching his content. If you aren't like me and like to listen to hours and hours of content, like this is an hour video in there, there's like 3 1-hour videos at least on the reservoir. This is going to be your TLDR so that you can get the info. Like, yeah, these right here, 1 hour, 1 hour. So in his Telegram group, or in the group they all created, there was a recent video that I have here that he kind of did a chat or something, I guess, or presentation where he went into more detail. And the short version, so he went back over what he had already covered in this video on his YouTube channel here about the reservoir, this one. And basically in that video, he said what we need to do is how much BNB each wallet needs to put into the reservoir. And now remember, there's 100,000 plus wallets. We don't know if that's people, but we know it's wallets. So in that video, he said what 0.1 BNB would do to the reservoir, and it would shoot the price up to about $197. Now, with that, the price would not stay there because the reservoir starts to immediately pay out rewards. So with that 0.1 BNB added, it would take the price floor to $75 where it would be locked. So what that is saying is that 0.1 BNB times the 100,000 users gives us about 11,500 BNB, which would purchase about 775 drop. That BNB gets locked, and that would end up creating about a $75 price floor. And that's 0.1 BNB per wallet. Now to get to the $100 price floor, we need about 15,300 BNB deposited. That 15,000 BNB would purchase about 1,030 drops, and that would give us about $100 price floor, and that's about 0.29 BNB per person. Now, I went ahead and broke this down to make this like dissectable, right, to each person. So I went here and looked at the average user. So the average user has 108 drip. We'll just say 100 for the sake of this video. Now I know there are people with a lot less and people with a lot more, but since the average person has 100 drip, I went into the calculator and said, all right, what happens if May 1st, everybody decides to start doing this strategy? And I took the compound 5 claim 2, because I know a lot of people are doing that. Some people are hydrating all 7, but if you're doing that compound 5 claim 2, which is taking the most profits up front, or even claiming 1 week and hydrating 1 week, that still would make this strategy work. So this is the least impactive and that takes the longest out of all the strategies. And what I mean by that is if you had 100 drip in your wallet and you claim 2 on the weekends, which most people do, that's $50. And by the 4th claim, the 2nd week, basically, you have $103. So we'll go ahead and take it to the 5th claim, which is $131, and $131 at a $30 drip gives 0.32 drip. So what does that mean? That means anyone that has 100 drip can literally just take 5 days worth of claims and be able to stake this in the reservoir and just don't touch it. And that means they've done their part to support the price floor. Now, I realize that not everybody has that amount, right? So what I did instead is kind of create a strategy or tier or something like that. So let me pull this up. So what I came up with is if you have less than 100 drip in your wallet, making it really easy for each person, 0.1 BNB. So that's almost one drip. BNB is about $400, drip is about $35. So you're basically taking one drip. So if you have less than 100 drip in your wallet, your obligation to support the protocol that you're in, that you want to see sustain itself, to me, this is fair, is to say you put 0.1 BNB. This is per wallet. Now, if you have 10 wallets with less than 100 drip, that's 0.1 BNB per wallet. So that's how that works. If you have 100 to less than 101 to less than 1,000, 0.2 BNB. 1,000 to almost 10,000, 0.3, and so on and so on. This way it scales. And basically, as you're moving up the tiers, you're taking profits anyway. So people sitting around here are sitting definitely in profits. And remember, you're not losing this BNB. When you put it into the reservoir, it gets staked and you can compound in here. The goal, of course, is to not take it out so that it strengthens and hardens the floor. And this just means as we continue to grow with users and use cases and these, the Atlantis metaverse and the loot NFTs and the scratch off tickets, people come into the ecosystem and then we educate them and say, hey, here's your job as a dripper. If you buy drip in your journey, we want you to deposit 0.1 BNB if you have less than 100 drip. So that means if you buy one drip, you got a good 2 years of hydrating before you ever have to worry about adding to the reservoir ever again. And this 0.1 BNB can come from a claim. So it doesn't have to be new capital. You can literally hydrate, and then you claim and you got your $40 if the price is where it is now, or I'm sorry, if BNB is around where it is now, and then boom, you got your 0.1 drip and you've done your part. You never have to touch it again until you get to the next tier in the wallet. And this is just the numbers that I came up with. But Kevin, again, over at Easy Step Investing, he has a lot more details on where these numbers, not these numbers, but where the information for how much BNB is needed and how much per wallet. He goes super in depth. He's really done his due diligence and research, and 100% makes perfect sense. And what is good news already from their efforts in this group, they've already increased the BNB balance by 15%. So there's more visibility getting put on the reservoir, and the drop tokens have appreciated from 325 to 374 since April 12th. So that is amazing, and what can be done with just a little bit of education on the platform. So drip in and of itself is really, really, really well done. Probably hands down, no BS, the best protocol in crypto. And if we wanted to sustain itself long term, we just have to do our part as a community, and that means supporting the price floor. That means educating other users. That means being advocates for how drip works. That means sharing it so that other people get in and they too can get financial freedom. So it's like doing your part. And I have a small channel, but I want to just get this information out to you guys so you can understand it, because not everybody's going to go through and listen to hours and hours of AMAs. So I hope this short 10-minute video can help you understand it. And this is the easy, digestible numbers that I came up with that I think every person can definitely do their part. And it's sustainable. Like, this is definitely not asking for much. So if you have 900 or 90 drip, that means you put in, if you got in around January, you put in about 9 grand or more, 10 grand or more. So you can definitely afford $40 and so on and so on. So even to the smallest user at one drip, if that's all they deposited, they can wait until they have the claims available to be able to support this. So it literally, this model I think is feasible for every single person. And at a minimum right here, this gives us that $75 price floor. Because remember, if all 100,000 wallets put 0.1 BNB in each of the wallets they own, that gives us a $75 price floor. So that's already bullish for the entire system. And that just means once it's at $75, if you bought in at 30 or whatever the case may be, you can sell one drip now and get your BNB investment back, because you would sell it from the faucet and leave it in the reservoir. If we all did our part and pushed it to $75, that means almost everybody is in profit at this stage. Even if you got in at the top, if you've been hydrating all the way down, you should have a decent drip account to where you can take a $75 profit, and it would cover the BNB that you deposited. Anyway, join the Drip Reservoir chat. Here's the link here. I'll try to remember to put it in the description, but t.me /Drip Reservoir. Really simple. And also, by all means, check out Kevin's Easy Step Investing and watch the videos if you want deeper dive. Highly recommend it because he goes really deep. Great information. But do your part. Spread the word. Try to get this out there. I know there's some other YouTubers that are big advocates of drip, but they do not support the reservoir, and I think it's just because they don't understand it. So we need to help everyone understand this, and the more people understand it, then the less likely they would be to stop shilling other projects that take capital away from drip. This is something that was pointed out from Kevin in the chat. If all these shiny new objects that pop up that people ape into trying to make a quick buck, instead focus your resources on drip, the one that has proven itself for 1 year now to pay out. And even me, I jumped into Baby Grinch project, and technically that $350 could have gone to support the price floor. Now I'm going to support the floor, but I have to wait for profits, right? But if we just educate everyone in the system and this new BNB miner pops up or this new fork or whatever it is, go, wait a minute, what can I do instead, and put money into drip? Have I made my support level? If so, then yes, ape into other projects. If you haven't done your job to support the protocol, then personally to me, obviously I can't tell everybody what to do, then you should support the protocol first. Once you have that, then you're making profit and you get to do whatever the hell you want to with the profit. All right, enough rambling. Hope that helps. Until next time, guys, lift daily and achieve your possible. See ya.